Hello everybody, it's Sen in the Afterlife, back here on the channel. I know I usually make cartoon videos, and while I do a lot of different subjects, I'm a little different. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw a eye, for like if you're trying to draw a person, that type of thing. I'm going to show you a little bit of different ones. For instance, right now, I'm going to show you how to do a regular human being. Because I also do a lot of cartoons, which I will show you one of mine, for instance, after this video. Now, this is just how I was taught to do it. I took a lot of art schools, well, classes. So you're supposed to do like an oval shape. Mine isn't perfect, obviously, and I'm doing it sideways. That's just how I find it easier. So the first thing that I was taught was to do lashes, which you're just gonna do quick little strokes over and over, trying to get that momentum. And obviously you have more eyelashes on the top of your upper eye than on the bottom. You kind of make them longer as you get to the end, because honestly, let's be honest, they get longer as they go out. Okay, turn that a little bit. I'm gonna give it some fake lashes. There we go. And if you want to add some shading, yeah, you can do that. It's a little hard, but if you can, well, let's get that eyelid. There we go. Just gonna draw behind the lashes to give it the look as if it has eyeshadow. Now you want your eyelashes to be dark, because if you're doing shadowing, it can smudge and it makes it it looks dirty. So I'm lazy, so I don't really want to smudge, because if I smudge, I'm gonna ruin my lashes. I probably should have done this first. So I just do a light scribble behind my eye. Now, if you look at a normal person's eye, it has a little bubble in the corner. There we go, the little tear duct. There we are. And now the next part is we're going to be drawing the iris. With the pupil. So I was taught to actually put the pupil inside of the circle first, because it makes it a little easier to do shading, and I like to put a little bubble inside, so that way it gives off like that reflection look. And when I color this in for the pupil, it's actually, I'm gonna avoid my bubbles. There we go. And for the next part, I'm going to be drawing lines to my pupil, because my iris, all irises have these eyes, and you're just going to make it kind of like a pinwheel and make it go all the way around. And they're usually very thin lines, and I know mine is sloppy. I don't really have the best equipment, but you know what? I'm trying my best, and that's what matters. There are no mistakes in art. You can just go back and add to it. I think I'm gonna do darker lines with my lighter lines to give it a good effect. And the more lines, the better, because you're giving that detail. And it's okay if you go outside of the line. There is a eraser for a reason. I do the same thing with hair, honestly. I do like these little scribbles to give shadowing and detail. Okay, so obviously mine doesn't look so good. I am going to smudge. There we go. Now, I can't really color this because I don't have any like, I don't have any pencils right now to do details. But if you look at your eye, there is a thin layer of skin that goes around. Usually girls, we put eyeshadow on that. And we're just gonna cut over this and give it that little layer. And obviously her eye is open. Now, there we go. Now to make it more realistic, we're gonna give an eyebrow. Now I just do a bunch of these little dashes to do my eyebrows because I want them to look realistic. I want them to look like actual hair, you know. Kind of like what we did with the lashes, but a little different, more close together. Alrighty. Now, some people will ask how to do tears and stuff. Now, I'm not very good at that, but you know what? I can try because I know that a lot of people like the teardrop theme. And honestly, for me, it's a difficult subject because it's not something I'm used to, if that makes sense. My teardrop sucks. But like I said, there's no mistakes in art. If I have to make it a little cartoony, but I think I should honestly not connect these and just do a finer line. There we go. And for a teardrop, I'm gonna do kind of like cross hatching in it. I don't really like it. But honestly, I think a realistic drop would not be like that. Like I said, there are no mistakes in art, but I obviously don't like it. So I'm going to, there we go. I'm gonna do it a little different. Put the little shimmer there. And honestly, there is another piece of skin that goes right there. And I guess if you wanted to, you could do the little details like the veins of the eye. I'm not really used to doing that because when I do it, it makes the eye look bloodshot. So that is my realistic eye. It's not very good, but I did my best. Now, I like to do cartoonies. As I said towards the end of my video, this is one of my newest characters that I've drawn. I didn't really give her much detail, but okay, so she has a little bit of an anime eye. So I'm gonna show you how to do an anime eyeball now. at least one of them, because honestly there's different designs. So for when I do anime art, I like to give them dark lashes usually, and then I end it with a flick, kind of like a cat eye, if that makes sense. And honestly, cartoon lashes, they're not gonna be the same as realistic ones. For instance, it's more bold. Obviously, you can tell. So this is just one version that I do. And then I'm going to draw the pupil. The pupil does not actually have more detail in cartoons, because when you do cartoons, it's a little different. There we are. I'm gonna color in my little pupil there. And that's usually how I would do a cartoon. And eyelashes, or eyebrows I mean, would be a straight line. I know I messed that up, it's not perfect. Or if I wanted to, I could add more lines making eyelashes, but that's usually how I would do a cartoon. But then there's another version of a cartoon that I like to do to where it's just a circle, kind of like this. And then I would put a pupil here. And shade this in. And usually I do this with animal cartoons because I like to make them cute. For instance, like a bunny, because this looks like it would be like a cute little bunny to me. And I do have problems with making things even at first. There we go. Hopefully we won't see that when I shade it in. And I draw a lot of cartoons, and I have tried making digital art and other kinds of art. I paint. And give them cute little dots. And bunnies have chubby cheeks. There we go. I'm gonna give him a big head, just because I can. Yeah, and this is just something that I would usually do for kids. It's not my best work, obviously, compared to the cartoons that I'm used to doing. And plus I was kind of rushing this. But you can tell the differences in the types of art. So yeah, that's kind of how I draw eyes. And I wasn't really supposed to draw the bunny, but I kind of wanted to. And honestly, it was a big fail, so yeah. And that's how I draw eyes.